Bunch of holes and some cracks and rocks in it, yeah.
Watch what you say. Watch what you do. Watch what you play. Watch what you do. Watch what you say. Watch how you make your speech and watch what you play. Watch what you do. Watch what you say. Watch what you do. Watch what you play. Watch what you do. Watch what you say. Watch how you make your speech and watch what you play.
Hey everybody, welcome back! I'm Nigel.
And I'm Ashley.
And we are our Roman Empire.
And today in this video, we're going to talk about the famous Halong Bay. We're going to talk about the city itself, where you can potentially stay, the types of tours that you can take, and just sort of how we felt about the city and the tour itself so that you can plan for your trip.
So get ready for Vietnam!
Hi, we're Ashley and Nigel. We recently quit our jobs and sold our home in Seattle and are now traveling the world full time. Welcome to our channel. Please like and subscribe for more fun travel content.
A little PSA before we start. We don't really like to do this that much, but our camera was acting a little funny.
Funny how?
So some of this is gonna have to be shot on our phones. Some of it's even gonna be vertical because we're doing it for the Insta. So that's what we got.
We were also a little bit sick during some of this trip. So we got as much footage as we can. We think that it's still helpful to talk through and give some tips along the way, but we weren't able to do everything that we really wanted to do here. If you're visiting Halong Bay, you're more than likely coming from Hanoi.
The trip from Hanoi takes about 2 hours, and we would suggest get a limousine bus on our way to Halong City. Check it out.
On Klook, we'll give you the link.
We always give you the link. It was very interesting to go from the hectic noise that is Hanoi to driving on a freeway with just rice fields around you with the limestones in the back.
It was actually a really pretty comfortable ride. Both vans there and back were full, so make sure that you book these in advance.
We would suggest bringing masks. Our bus there had a couple of people coughing on it. Our bus back, every person on the bus was sick.
Including us. Most people, when they visit Halong Bay, they really come in just for the tour. So they either come in from Hanoi, they do the day tour and then go back to Hanoi, or they do the overnight, but they don't actually spend any time in the city itself. We suggest actually coming in, doing the tour of your choice, and staying an extra night or two in the city.
Halong City to us won us over. It was a beachside city. It almost had an island feel to it. This city is growing, and we expect in 10 years it to be a huge spot that people want to hit in Vietnam.
You still get a very traditional local feel from the area, but it's a lot slower pace than Hanoi.
We did a quick overview of Airbnbs and hotels, and for us, we found a la carte to be the best place to go. Set right on the beach, and it was actually a really good grab. Got to Halong.
Halong Bay!
Well, we're not in the bay, it's just the city.
We're at a bay.
We're not at the
We're
bay.
at a bay, you can see it.
Check out this view.
Tell me that's not a bay.
We can't say enough about this place and the host specifically. This was one of the better Airbnbs that we've ever stayed at. Hospitality was off the charts. There's a breakfast buffet in the morning that you could pay for. There's a gym, rooftop pool. There's also a heated pool on the second floor. In the heated area, you're gonna see a lot more children than you'll see at the rooftop. So if you want a little bit more peace and quiet, you're gonna wanna be at the rooftop. It's just not heated, so keep that in mind.
We were so surprised at how much we love the city of Hanoi. There is amazing restaurant scene there, especially if you enjoy fresh seafood.
Top-notch seafood here.
One restaurant we would definitely say, we're gonna try our best to pronounce it, but we're also gonna put it on the screen. Nak Phong Nan 1. It was one of the most beautiful buildings we've ever seen. The freshest seafood you can get. And when you go downstairs, there was actually a woman playing violin around this koi pond. It was like a dream. It was like I was in the Fifth Element. It was amazing how awesome this setting was.
Nigel getting his spice. Szechuan crab.
Eggs. Huevos. Absolutely got to try this place out.
You can see the sunset from there if you go at the right time. It's right on the waterfront, actually right next to the market area. Can't recommend this place enough. This is our #1 restaurant in Halong Bay.
If nothing else, this restaurant alone is worth a night in Halong City.
A lot of the hotels in this area have their own specific restaurants inside, and they're actually a lot better than you think. It's not typical hotel food. The one hotel restaurant that we would actually recommend that really exceeded our expectations would be Soul Bowl in the Citadine Marina Hotel.
Nice tender. And they had a signature old fashioned that was brewed for 10 years. Came out in its own little jar. It's so smoky. Blew me away.
Don't be afraid to try some of the hotel food. Really some of the best restaurants we've had here.
It is completely walkable. This is different than Hanoi, y'all.
This is awesome though. So quiet.
So quiet. We haven't been around near silence in 3 weeks.
Also, if you're not really into walking all that far, Grab is very easily accessible here, and there's some really, really nice Grab drivers out here.
I want to take this second to point out my boy Hong. He was our Grab driver just for a short ride, but he asked a lot of questions like, hey, do y'all want to do this? Have you thought about this? When he found out we weren't feeling good, he brought us some bananas, he brought us some peppers, he keyed us into some essential oils that we can use to help heat up our bodies. He refused to take any money from this, brought it to the hotel for us. If you're in Halong, make sure you connect with my friend Hong here. Great private driver. I'm gonna link everything below and give you his number. If you need a private car, you get him. Yeah. Such a nice guy. Now, if you've been watching us for a while, you know we have a saying. We good luck. Halong's got great weather, 300 days a year. Guess what? We were there 3 days. It rained almost every single day. It got to 60 degrees, 30-mile-an-hour winds at points. So it did limit what we could do in the city. We wanted to get out more. We also got sick towards the end of it. Ashley isn't even feeling great because we were in the rain all day yesterday. So I'm going to the store and see if I can get her some meth.
It was raining sideways half the time that we were there, and it was chilly, but we made the most of what we could.
We good luck.
We good luck.
We good luck, y'all.
The Halong City area really has a ton of potential. There's a lot of really nice residences coming up. We really think that this area is gonna blow up tremendously over the next 10 years.
Halong City is separated into 2 areas with a waterway between, and they already have a cable car that goes from one area to the other. It's a double-decker cable car. Their bridge structure is gorgeous, and there's a lot of open property. If you're an investor, someone who likes to buy in at the ground level and watch a city build up around it, Ha Long City is the place to go.
Big attraction here is definitely the Bay Area and going out on the tours, but don't sleep on the city. The city's actually a lot nicer than we expected, and that's where we actually had the most fun.
This place has amazing potential.
Now we're gonna get into what everyone came here for, the tours. So there's multiple types of tours that you could take across Ha Long Bay. There is specialty tours that'll do like one specific activity, kayaking, cave tour, something very specific. There's day tours that have multiple activities, 2 to 3 things a day. And then there's an overnight tour where you could book overnight for 1 night, 2 nights, 3 nights. And they'll typically do some of the same activities, just spread over a longer period of time. They have all different size of boats that do these, some big, some a little bit smaller. It all depends on your price range and what type of thing that you're looking to do.
What we ended up going with was a day tour.
Guess what we're doing today? We're doing a Ha Long cruise.
Ha Long Bay! Really excited about this one.
Get ready!
We don't have any waterproof anything for our phones or cameras, so
We are totally not prepared.
It seemed a little pricey to do the overnight tours. We looked at a bunch of different options. Having less people on a smaller boat, which they call junk boats, those tours were very expensive. We're talking thousands of dollars a night. We looked into big luxury boats where there'll be maybe 200, 300, 400 people on your boat staying overnight, and even that seemed a little pricey. There's something you need to know about being out there in the water. Once the sun goes down, it's pitch black. You're no longer seeing any limestones. You're just hanging out in the boat. So to us, that was no different than a hotel. For us, we found it best to do just 1 day tour on a sizable boat that would provide us with an opportunity to do a couple of excursions, have some food.
Can you believe she didn't want any chilies?
And have some live entertainment and drinks.
Really the only difference that you have between the day tour and the overnight tour is you stay overnight on the boat. The itineraries, come to find out, are basically the same activities, just spread over a longer period of time if you go overnight. So we didn't really find that it was worth it to do that. We just did the day tour itself on Ambassador.
Ambassador was great. I got no complaints about that. The tour itself, to me, was a little disappointing. When we started piling onto the boat, we started to get the gravity of how many people were gonna be on there. Not just on our boat, all the boats. We walked on this dock to get to our boat, which was the last boat, and there was about 15 other large boats that had the same amount of people piling onto it. Our boat itself probably had about between 250, 275 people on it. The boat was large enough to where that 250, 275 people can spread out naturally. But when you go to do your excursion, everybody has to pile on these smaller boats to go out there.
And even if you book a smaller boat that's maybe 40, 50 people tops, you're still doing the excursions with all of the other boats and all of the people on those boats. So you're not really getting a very intimate setting.
We had an option of 3 excursions on the Ambassador cruise. One of the big excursions to do is doing Hang Sung Sat Cave. The cave was gorgeous. But you have to see it in line with thousands of people. People stopping to take photos. People refusing to stop for those people taking photos. So they're cutting around you. We did it. We loved it. But I want to warn you guys, this is not for the faint of heart. It was so crowded. It really took a little bit away from it. Make sure you have shoes with you. Make sure you're capable of doing this before you start.
Watch your head. Watch your head.
Not
all man-made steps. Sometimes they're just rocks.
There's no handrails in the walkways. Sometimes you're just holding onto rocks. Sometimes the path is extremely narrow and there's a lot of people that are trying to pass at one time.
If you have any mobility concerns, I would definitely say skip this. There's only a one-way in, one-way out. So you can't walk up halfway and decide this ain't for me. 800 something steps.
We're spelunking, y'all.
Cave life.
Cave life. She's so good. This is quite the menagerie.
For our little beach excursion, we didn't go to any one of the hidden beaches that would have been wonderful to go to. We ended up going to T-Top Beach. It has this giant statue of this Russian cosmonaut for some reason. And there was just thousands of people all trying to do the exact same thing.
Doesn't look like anyone's swimming. So I don't think it's swimmable. What a disappointment. Bummer.
This was one of the excursions on the tour that was a little bit underwhelming. You couldn't swim at the beach, didn't have a lot of time. The crowds were just massive. It was nice views, but you couldn't really do anything with it or spend any time to really enjoy it.
Hey, baby.
Our third excursion possibility was kayaking, and we didn't even do it because we found out you only had 45 minutes to kayak. From door to door, so the boat goes out to this area, puts everybody in a kayak, and then has to have them back in 45 minutes. Would you kayak for 10 minutes?
Yeah, just didn't seem worth it to us. So we actually ended up relaxing on the boat and we had more fun doing that. This is a definite must do. We're not saying don't do the tour. It's beautiful. The landscape is like nothing else. You're going to want to see it. You're going to want to see the caves, the beaches, the views, but just make sure that your expectations are set with what you're going into. I think we were a little bit disappointed on our side because we were expecting to just have a little bit more space, not be rushed, spend a little bit more time in some of these locations, be able to swim, and you can't really do any of those things. And you're just constantly surrounded by crowds of people trying to all do the same thing. It just took away of some of the beauty.
I also want you to know that we went on a Monday in cold weather right before a cold front comes in, and it was still insanely packed. I couldn't imagine how packed this would be on a Saturday in really warm weather. You had to do it again. We would have still done the same thing. We still would have done the day cruise. We still would have did 1 to 2 excursions. And if the weather would have been better that week and we wouldn't have been sick, then we would have used those options of those specialty tours. Go out on a kayaking tour that's like 5 hours. Maybe go out on a fishing trip, or just take a smaller boat to be able to get through the limestones. Because when you're on these big boats, they can't go in that shallow area. So you're sitting outside of it. This is nothing against Ambassador Cruise or any other cruise for that matter. I think overall, we might have just did this 20 years too late.
There are other cruises that you could take. It's not as many options. You could do something off of like Cat-Ba Island or the Lanha Bay area, which is supposed to be a little bit less crowded, but I still think you're gonna ultimately come into the same thing because a lot of the excursions are all the same, regardless of where you leave from, what boat you book. We want to give a quick shout out to the new friends that we made on this boat, Alice and Steve from Buffalo, New York. You guys were awesome. You made this a really pleasant trip for us. Really good conversation. Thanks again. We'll be in touch.
Overall, the Ambassador Cruise for me felt about 50% disappointing, 50% amazing. And it's nothing that Ambassador themselves or probably any other cruise company can do to stop it. Victim of its own success. It's insanely popular. It's insanely packed. I found myself just wishing we could be back in the city.
Just a little crowded for our taste. Know what you're getting into when you do these tours. Just have your expectations set correctly and you'll enjoy it a lot more.
Halong City was amazing. Biggest recommendation is you're gonna go see the bay, spend at least 1 or 2 nights here, pick yourself a tour. We would suggest the day tour and add something else on with a specialty tour. To me, the night tour is just a day tour, only sleeping on a boat after, and you're paying 4 times the cost of it. Thank you for coming. I hope we didn't bum you out for this trip. Not all travel is gonna be perfect. You're gonna get disappointed with things, and honestly, we're in a point where over-tourism is ruining certain things. And I think this is one of those things that was ruined by over-tourism. As a tourist saying this too.
Yeah.
So I see the complexity of this.
We're part of the problem.
Yeah.
We get it. Stay tuned for our upcoming video. We spent a good bit of time in Hanoi. Also sick through most of it, but we do have some pretty cool stuff to show you.
Thank you for showing up. I'm Nigel.
And I'm Ashley.
And we're our roaming empire. And anytime you get a chance to, even in crowds, Even in beautiful areas that you're not getting to soak it in, chase that itch. Woo! Yaga!
Please like and subscribe for more fun travel content.
She was like, cave. And then she was like, yeah, cave.
Dance it out. Dance it out.
Now we're gonna get into what you all, nope.